Jungle.
Hello and good evening. From Mog News, I'm Mick.
And I'm Olivia.
For your current events today, we have a flying dolphin who took out a standing paddleboarder in Australia.
Also today we have a news report about teenage drivers and car accidents.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death in the U.S. teens. Let's go over to Grace Buffler, who's interviewing the students now.
Hello, my name is Grace Buffler. I'm here with Mog News, and I'm interviewing a Bowie High School senior. Can you tell us your name and your experience with driving?
Apparently, my name is Scotty Marker, and apparently I've been driving for 2 years. Apparently, I've been in 2 car accidents, and apparently almost died.
What kind of car were you driving?
Apparently, I was driving a Prius with my grandpa in the passenger, and apparently we crashed and hydroplaned, but apparently Grandpa's currently in prison because apparently it was his fault.
Okay, back to the studio with Mick and Olivia with some statistics.
And we're back.
We interviewed 82 students across Bowie, and our first graph shows which kind of cars students have or drive most frequently. As you can tell from this pie chart, students drive compact cars the most, such as a Prius. Students also drive trucks frequently as well. This graph could be helpful to different used car dealerships in South Austin to decide which cars to buy and sell to teens.
Our other graph is a bar graph, which helps show how students get to and from school most often. The graph can be helpful to Bowie itself by helping them decide how big to make their new parking garage.
This box and whisker graph shows how much money students spend in a given month on their car. Our Q1 or first quartile is a minimum of $20 and our Q2 is $50. Our median is $75 and our Q3 is $97.5. The maximum of Q4 is $500. This information would be valuable for students for figuring out how much money they should save up for their car expenses.
Our next graph is a histogram, which shows how many times students have been in a car accident in their life. Our minimum was 1 time and our maximum was a whopping 12 times. Ha ha ha, don't get in the car with him. This information would be useful for insurance companies by showing parents or drivers which policies are right to insure their drivers.
The last graph, which is a line graph, shows how many miles it takes students to get to school each day. We see that the average is around 10 miles and the maximum is 40 miles. This information will be useful to AISD or Bowie itself because the time it takes for students to get to school could impact class time.
Let's go over to Grace Buffler.
This is Grace Buffler reporting from Bowie High School, where there is currently a thunderstorm that I didn't know about. I was planning on interviewing some students, but there's currently no one here. All right, we gotta get back to the studio.
And we're back in the studio. That's all for the news tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on Mog News.
Audio Jungle.